Welcome to Phed 1164, Introduction to Physical Fitness and Wellness. My name is Gregory Fenora, and I will be your instructor for this course. The purpose of this video is to provide an overview of the course to help you get started and to serve as a reference guide. Be sure to refer back to this video before contacting the instructor with questions. The answers you are looking for may just be here. Now, if you're ready, let's get started. This is our course landing page. The two things I want you to pay close attention to are the announcements and the calendar. The announcements section will serve as our primary communication source, and all posted announcements will be available for the entire semester. Students are encouraged to revisit previously posted announcements before emailing the instructor with questions and/or concerns. The calendar on our course landing page will inform you of upcoming events and due dates. Be sure to check the calendar weekly. And remember, all assignments will be due on Mondays by 10:30 p.m. The calendar is also available in our course syllabus, which can be found in two places: the Overview tab and in the Course Handouts folder. In the Content tab, you will find most of the tabs you will need for our course. The Getting Started tab is where students should begin. Become familiar with the course overview, communication, and technical support pages. Let's start with technical support. If you're experiencing any technical difficulties, support is only a phone call or click away. I recommend writing down or creating a new contact in your phone for student support services in the event you are unable to log in to your Lone Star account and/or access our course in D2L. Next, let's discuss course communication. Students should only communicate with the instructor through our D2L course email. Responses to communication outside of the course may not be received in a timely manner, therefore delaying response time. This includes emailing via your Lone Star account email or personal email. To ensure prompt response to course inquiries, communicate only through our course D2L email. Finally, follow the roadmap that has been laid out for you in this section. In the next several slides, we will take a deeper dive into the course overview section of the Getting Started tab. We will highlight some key components of our course to hopefully clarify any questions you might be thinking about. Let's get started. All of the coursework can be found in the Weekly Folders tab. To get here, click on the Content tab and then select Weekly Folders. Monitor the status bar completion percentage for the course. Each weekly folder will have its own status bar to ensure you view and/or complete all the topics in each corresponding folder. Access to most of the course content will be available on the first day of class, so if you want to work ahead, feel free to do so. Let's talk about assignments. Assignments must be submitted in one of the following file formats: Word, Excel, PDF, or JPEG or JPG. All other file types, including MAC files such as .pages and .numbers, will not be accepted. In addition, there are start and end dates for assignments, so monitor course due dates because late work will not be accepted. Plan accordingly and download assignments ahead of time if needed. Let's talk about your weekly cardiorespiratory log, or cardio log for short. Beginning with the Week 1 folder, you will find a Dropbox for the cardio log and a link to download the Excel file. Save it to your device. Notice at the bottom there are tabs for each week of the semester. Start with Week 1 tab and fill in your activity. Using the same document, complete each weekly tab and upload to the corresponding weekly folder. In summary, you will be uploading the same document weekly. This will allow you to keep a running record of all your activity throughout the semester. You will need to enter your name and age at the top of the log. The next section is your target heart rate zone data. This data will come from the Carbonin formula assignment you complete in the Week 1 folder. The next section is where you will document your activity during the week. Start with the date you completed the activity. Under Exercise, list what you did, run, walk, video, walk the dogs, yard work, and much more. The next section is very important, heart rate data. You will need to check your pulse at the conclusion of your activity. See where the red circle is around end? In that column, you will enter your heart rate following activity. It's also a good idea to check your pulse at the halfway point during your workout as well. The next two columns refer to your cool down heart rate after your activity. N plus 5 is 5 minutes after your activity, and N plus 10 is 10 minutes after your activity. Check your pulse at one or both of these intervals and record your heart rate in the corresponding column. You should notice that your heart rate is decreasing during the cool down period. In the next column, record the distance completed if applicable. The last column is time. Indicate the amount of time you spent on that activity. Here's an example of a completed cardio log. Notice the name and age section are complete. Next, look at the exercise data. Notice here that every column is not completed. This is okay. I don't expect you to complete every column for every activity. Just make sure that you fill in all the data based on the activity you are doing. The heart rate data and cool down data are non-negotiables though. Make sure your logs reflect this data weekly. Now, take a look at the target heart rate zone data section. This is the information you will enter from the Carbonin formula activity you will complete during week 1. The data you will use in this section comes from step 3, number 7 and 9 from the Carbonin formula activity shown here in this slide. Using this data, you will be able to monitor your heart rate during activity to ensure you are exercising in the desired heart rate zone. For more information about target heart rate zone, refer to the videos in the course overview section of the Getting Started tab, as well as in the Week 1 folder. Students will need to commit to a weekly exercise program. The semester goal is to complete 40 workouts. That's about 3 to 4 workouts per week on average. Students can engage in pretty much any activity, from walking, running, to yoga, to videos, and even yard work. Most activities can be put on your weekly log. If you're not sure if an activity will be acceptable, ask the instructor. Keep in mind that the skill test is 35% of your final grade. Although periodic practice assessments are built into our course, students should practice one or both of the skills tests on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. The skill test consists of either a 1.5-mile run or 3-mile walk. To ensure you're on track, the grading criteria for all the skill tests is available in our course handouts folder. Students should become familiar with the grading criteria. Let's take a look at the grading chart. The grading criteria shown is adopted from research conducted by the Cooper Institute in Dallas, Texas. For example, let's discuss the 3-mile walk. If you are a 25-year-old female, you would fall in the column with the age range of 20 to 29 for the 3-mile walk. To the left is the grade column. Based on this example, a 25-year-old female would have to walk 3 miles in 40 minutes to earn 90%, 42 minutes to earn 80%, and 44 minutes to earn 70%. Be sure you review this document and identify your specific age bracket and completion time criteria for the walk and run tests. Let's discuss the available options for completing the skill test component of your course grade. The 2 physical skill test options are the 1.5-mile run or the 3-mile walk. You can take the assessment as many times as you like. Your best attempt will be used for your grade. Let's look at the options now. Option 1 is using an exercise app on your phone. You will need to submit before and after pictures or selfies at the location you perform the test, and pictures or screenshots of the map route documenting your distance and time. Here is an example of the app map route information you will have to submit with your results. Notice that the image contains the date timestamp at the top, along with the distance completed, 1.5 miles, and the time or duration, 17 minutes and 21 seconds. Here are a few examples of the exercise apps you may want to consider and download to your phone that are free. The Nike Run Club, Map My Run, and Couch to 5K. Any of these options will work, and they are all compatible with iPhone and Android devices as well. Remember, you don't have to purchase anything for our course outside of our textbook. All of the apps mentioned here are downloadable for free, but if you are currently using a different app or decide to use something different, that is fine as well. Let's take a look at the remaining physical skill test options. Option 2 involves using a proctor or individual to administer the skill test for you. Refer to our course syllabus for more information about the proctor requirements. Once you review the requirements for this option, contact the instructor if you have any further questions. Option 3 involves videoing your skill test. This should be a last resort since option 1 should be an accessible option for all of you. However, if you feel like you need to pursue option 3, contact the instructor to discuss. The last option, option 4, is not a physical skill test, but rather a research paper. This option will substitute for the 1.5-mile run or 3-mile walk. The research paper is an extensive alternative to the skill test requiring students to investigate and develop an individual wellness program. An instructional guide outline has been provided and is located in our course handouts folder. Before choosing this option, review the instructional guide and notify the instructor. If you have any additional questions about the skill test options, you can post your questions in the discussion board and/or contact the instructor. This concludes our course overview. I hope the information in this video provided insight and clarity to some of the key components of our course. Revisit this video as needed. If you have any additional questions, be sure to post them in our course discussion board. If you need any further assistance, I may post or email away.